Ladies and gentlemen, we finally did it. The channel reached 1,000 subscribers recently, and to celebrate this milestone, we brought in something a little special. What you see on screen is a 2021 BMW M2 Competition Automatic, and in this review we'll be having a look at its design, its interior and practicality, how it drives, and its price. Without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. From the moment you lay eyes on it, the BMW M2 absolutely pulls you in with its aggressive looks and perfect proportions. Some elements which make the M2 Competition look great include a black kidney grille, 19-inch multi-spoke wheels, and quad tailpipes. The model you see on screen has been equipped with additional kits such as carbon fiber mirror caps, M-Performance exhaust system, and a striking sunset orange paint job. Overall, this car is absolutely gorgeous, and I suspect that this vehicle has turned many people into BMW fans. But what are your thoughts on the BMW M2 Competition? Would you opt for this F87 shape, or do you prefer its successor, the G87? Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're at it, please like, share and subscribe. Do all of those YouTube things, I really do appreciate it. Moving to the front seat, and you're treated to the same dash design that you'd find in BMWs of this era. In front of you is a leather-wrapped multifunctional steering wheel stitched in the M colors, and behind it you'll find a pair of pedal shifters to control the gear that you are in. In terms of practicality, you find door bins with cup holders, 2 cup holders in the center, a decently sized glove box, and an armrest with a USB port. Also, let's take some time to appreciate these sports seats. They look great and hug you well when you're doing some spirited driving. Moving to the back seat, and it's actually better than I expected. Behind my normal driving position, there's decent leg room and knee room. It's no S-Class, but it should be fine for short drives to your local supermarket. To make it feel more special in here, BMW embossed the M logos in the rear seats. You also find the M colors stitched in the seat belts. In terms of practicality, you have air vents, an overhead light, and a small tray for storage. If you want armrests and rear pouches, buy a 7 Series. Moving to the boot, and you have 390 liters of cargo space. For context, that's 81 liters bigger than the boot of the Opel Corsa. Of course, this comes at the expense of not having a spare tire, but if you've owned a BMW before, this is nothing new. If you pull this latch, you can drop the rear seats for additional space, but I've never seen an M2 used as a panel van before. Under the hood, you'll find a 3-liter inline-6 turbo petrol engine pushing out 302 kilowatts of power and 550 Newton meters of torque. This is sent to the rear wheels using a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, and this combination is good for a 0 to 100 km/h time of 4.2 seconds. This M2 Competition can go on to a top speed of 250 km/h, but if you are willing to pay extra, BMW can raise that to 280 km/h. Fuel consumption is claimed to be 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers, but all I will say is that that figure can get better and it can get much worse. It's up to your right foot. Out on the open road, the BMW M2 Competition is... Actually, let me play this clip. I'll give my 2 cents worth afterwards.
Yo! Yes!
The best way to describe it is breathtaking. It's as fast as you'll ever need, and it feels safe even when you push it to its limits. It's a weird combination of a car that feels scary but controlled at the same time. All of the sportiness comes at a trade-off of this car feeling firm for daily commutes. You feel every single bump in the road, and I can imagine that a cross-country trip in the M2 would be a nightmare. But I'd imagine that people who have this car have something else with gentler road manners for grand touring. So, what's the damage? If you want a 2021 BMW M2 Competition, you would have to go into the used car market to find one. For an example similar to the one on screen, expect to pay around 1 million rand. If you finance that over 72 months at an interest rate of 11.75% with no deposit and no balloon payments, expect to pay 19,500 rand a month. Add 2 full tanks of petrol and your monthly cost should come up to around 21,900 rand. When you buy a BMW M2 Competition, it comes with a balance of a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer maintenance plan. So, what are my final thoughts on the BMW M2 Competition? Simply put, it's amazing. It's a perfect addition to your 3-car garage. You can't have it as an only car, but for your weekend drives it's an absolute blast, and it would always put a smile on your face. Just be prepared to spend a lot of money on petrol and rear tires. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more reviews like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. But guys, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Until the next one, take care and stay driven.